midnight desert, two-lane cut through bone-dry stone. Moon gone missing, radio isn't, engine running on fumes alone. I've been living off anger, cheap dust and gasoline, howling through the bars like a wolf that lost his moonbeam. Camera pulls in, knuckles split on the steering wheel, blood on the leather, past piled up in the rearview steel. Headlights reaching out, but they don't touch a thing. Just me and the black and the trouble that I bring. To run from the dark till my lungs turn glass. Every bad move in my mirror, every ghost ride in my gas. I'd gun the truck harder just to drown out the sound of my own damn heartbeat chasing me down. Then the sky dropped dead, no stars, no crown. Horizon disappeared, whole world shut down. I killed the engine there on that broken hill, stepped out slow, let the silence drill. I said, you want me now? You ain't gotta creep, quit nipping at my heels, either take me or leave. I was done feeding shadows with the back of my head, turned around and faced the teeth and stared them down instead. I stopped running in the dark, lost his teeth, stood still long enough to hear it breathe. Didn't swing, didn't scream, didn't beg on my knees, just looked that black in the eye till it bowed to me. Yeah, I felt that fear like a knife in my lungs, but I held my ground while the knife bit his tongue. If there's a line between power and being a feast, it's the man who makes the darkness near and doesn't move an inch. Flashback bar, neon cross, humming sickly blue, bottling in my fist, wrong words, wrong crew. I used to fill up silence with fists and noise, breaking my own bones just to prove I was one of the boys. Camera cuts to a motel mirror, cracked frame, bad light. I can't even see my eyes, just a blur of every fight. So I smashed that glass, watch 1,000 me's fall, little shards of outlaw scattered across the wall. Later on that same night, back on that desert spine, sky hanging heavy like a guilty state of mind. I grab my gun by the barrel, stick it deep in the dirt, like I'm planting the last excuse I ever have for being hurt. There's a rusted little cross on a chain round my neck, half turned black from the sweat and the wreck. I press it to my chest till the metal bites skin. Say if you're watching, Lord, don't pull me out, just watch me stand here and not give in. Dark laughs, low wind, snakes round my boots, whispers you ain't scared, boy I know your roots. I grin thin, say yeah you know I'm every wrong, every sin, but I ain't your cattle if I stop running. I told my ghost y'all can stay or go, told my shame you don't get to steer this road. I ain't holy, ain't clean, but tonight it's real. If I gotta be anything, I'll be the man the darkness feels. I stopped running and the dark lost his teeth, stood there barefoot on that midnight reef, let the black wrap around me like a long old coat, till it realized my fear was no longer on the road. Yeah, the night leaned in the wind bowed low, like it finally met the thing it couldn't overthrow. You can chase your whole life from the shadows on your heels, or turn around once and make the darkness kneel. Now when the sun drops out and the road turns blind, I don't floor that gas, I don't lose my mind, I just kill the lights, let the quiet reveal. I ain't known by what's hiding, I'm the line it has to need. Oh, I ain't claiming I'm safe, just that I learned this truth. You don't beat back the night by running like you used to. You stand in your sins with your hands off the wheel, and let the world see you done being hunted by what you refuse to feel. roof caved down. They said you died in that blaze with your sins. Left your name spray painted on the gutted tin. Camera pulls in, your boots in the cinder. Slow drag, slow sound. Coat smell like smoke, eyes like a burial mound. Whole life stacked in that fire. Every picture, every lie, even your wild love letters turn to gray in the sky. They all stood back when the flames went high. Now it's just you and the echo and the crackle gone dry. Some drunk mutters he's done, just dust and smoke. You flick your lighter, have a grin, yeah. Watch close. You ain't begging for mercy, you ain't chasing revenge. You're just standing in the ruin where your story got banned. If they think you're finished cause they stomped out your spark, they don't know the kind of hell you learned a lot in the dark. They said you were ashes, you said watch close. When their boot hit the dust, something under it rose. Little red pop like a laugh from below. Yeah, the ground caught flame from the weight of their nose.
You're the man who lit the ashes twice. Burn once and sin and burn for life.
When there's nothing left but gray and bone, you turn the coldest ruin into your second home. Next night, same lie, yellow tape half torn down. Moon hanging crooked over that black tooth ground. You're kneeling where the kitchen used to hum and sing, where her dress once spun like a red gasoline ring. Your hand in the ash pulling out a bent ring of brass that melted cross from some cheap church past. You bite your lip till you taste blood and rust and press the metal to your palm, grind it into dust. You hear the devil whisper all this burn cause of you. You hear God stay quiet like he ain't sure what to do. You just chuckle, both of y'all had front row seats. If you wanted it different, you should've talked to me. Then a stranger walks up, spit, you should've stayed dead. Grinds his heel into cinders like he owns your head. But the moment his boot twists down in that grave, a spark jumps up like the dirt misbehave. Ash pops bright, kisses leather with a hiss. You smell new fire in the middle of this. You don't flinch, don't curse, just watch it climb. Cause you know some blazes only start once you run out of time. They said you were ashes, you said watch close. When they stomped on your grave, they woke your ghost. Tiny red grin in the gray, then a glow. Yeah, the night took a step back when your second fire showed. You're the man who lit the ashes twice. First burn took your name, second gave you back your eyes. When the house, the love, the lies are gone, all that's left to burn is the part that still goes on. Let them write you off, let them say you're through. Let them dance on the dust where they buried you. Every heel on your past is just fuel for the flame. You ain't scared of being nothing cause you know how to ride with no name. They said you were ashes, you said stand here. If you ain't afraid of fire, come watch me disappear, then reappear in that cold hard light in your outliers. Is the only kind of heaven that knows how to survive. How to survive. like a slow drum roll. Midnight graveyard humming low in my bones. My name carved wrong on a half-lean stone. 2 wrong days bookend in a man not gone. Chemicals in black coat, back against my own gray boots in the mud where they thought they laid me safe. Cigarette tip glow, heartbeat keeping time. Every thud in my chest shakes that rockin' line.
They all said he's gone through dirt, through flower, all talking soft about the sinner they devour. But the ground never took me, just gave me a seat. So I slid down the coast, I let my shoulder feel the beat.
Rain runs red where the old wound told, dripping off the edge of that stone like a promise from before. I breathe in deep, taste granite and grief. Say if I'm really dead, why the hell I still got belief? I tell the dog you got my file, you know my hell. Tell the Lord you read my rap sheet just as well. If both of y'all signed off on putting me under this field, explain why every heartbeat makes this grave wanna yield. Tombstone up, leave my back on the name they tried to shut. Every beat I bang like a knock from below till a crack ran down through the letters in the snow. Yeah, the grave shook hard cause I still believe. Didn't buy their ending, didn't sign that creed. When you bury a man who ain't finished his bleed, you just build him a throne out of the stone you thought he'd need. You thought he'd need. Flashback quick, same town, same church bell ring. Black suit, cold hands, crowd doing the grief thing. Preacher saying words he never meant for me. Gentle soul gone home over life run me.
Camera cuts, bar fights, gun smoke, motel sin, wild eyed love that burned down everything. By the time they found my truck spun off that road, they just saw blood on the wheel, figure story told.
But the ditch didn't take me, just broke me in half. Left me walking like a ghost with a crooked laugh. Paper said deceased, cops signed the line. Time got closure on a man still in his prime. So I came here quiet on a storm thick night. Found my own stone in the flicker of a strike. Set a bottle at the base, set my hand on top. Felt my pulse run through it and a whole damn rock style.
I said, hey Lord, if you listen, I ain't arguing with death. I just don't see why the stone gets to have my breath. To the devil, if you're waiting, you gon' wait a while more.
I got miles left to walk before I lay on this floor. I ain't asking for a redo, ain't asking for a clean. Just refuse to be reduced to a carved out scene. If faith means anything buried this deep, it's a crack in the rock when your heart won't sleep. I'm the heart that woke the tombstone there. Turn a slab of my past to a witness stare. Every steady thump in my chest said no, till the stone split wide like it finally let go. Yeah, the grave cracked open cause I still believe. Not in halos or a life neatly weaved, but in standing back up with it they swore I'd leave. And breathing out loud in a place built for grief. In a place built for grief. Now when rain hits hard on the dead man's road, they swear they see one stone tremble in the glow. That's mine leaning sideways like it knows my stride, like it's trying to bow when I walk on by. I ain't saying I'll be dead, just that I slipped this plan. They wrote my ending in a cold wrong hand. If you call my name again, better leave some room to breathe. Cause some hearts keep knocking to the rock. Finally say it. Finally say it. Finally say it. Finally say it. dropping low on a red clay hill. My boots kick dust that won't stay still. Shadows straight along like a hunted hound. But when I turn to face it, back down, I seen too much and I burned too slow. Carried my sins through the undertow. Every dark I met tried to wear my skin, but the fear blinked first, then I walked on in. I told the night, you can keep your crown, ain't kneeling again. I've been nailed down. Here the dark still thinks I'm its kind of kin. Let it follow till it fades in the wind. Yeah, I scare my own shadow clean off my trail. Left it shaking in the dirt like a ghost gone pale. Every step I take, the light hits deep. Even darkness knows which soul to keep. Crossroads hung with a low black hymn. Moon trying hard to remember him. I walked through hell with a cigarette grin. Said if I make it out, don't call it a win. Wind caught quiet, sky went still. Even my sins took a step back uphill. 'Cause the man I was died long ago was left on answer to the name they know. I told the dark, you had your say, but I ain't built for your kind of state. Now even my shadow won't dare to lean on the man I've turned between. Yeah, I scare my own shadow, send it running blind. Left it searching for the ghost I left behind. Ain't no hell that can stake my claim. Even fear forgot how to say my name. When the sun burns out and the wind stands still, I'll walk alone and the night will kneel. 'Cause every scar I earned, I paid in full. And the dark learn who rules the pull. Midnight hillside graveyard, sky cut clean and black. Old stone angels leaning like they want their halos back. Church lights dead, no choir left to fake alone. Just him and a pack of smokes and the bones of all his sin. Man singing where angels went quiet, dark spiritual bass drum and drop out. Progress rate on the trash list. Mama's name flicks, lighter once, makes a fire out of shame. He looks up slow, head of heaven that will make a sound. No stars, no signs, just a cold blank crime. Grin sideways, smoke crawling out his teeth. Says alright then, if y'all are tired, I'll sing underneath. Sick tip blows like a tiny red eye in the dark. Every drag he takes feels like a stolen spark. And in that dead air hush where the angels used to weep, his rough old outlaw voice starts climbing up the steep. He says, "Hear the wind, all run, lay him down, take a rest. I've been talking to the dirt with this hole in my chest. You don't gotta keep watch if you're burning spent. I'll sit right here awake till the sky remembers what it meant." He stayed awake when the angels slept, lit a cigarette, prayer with the hands they left. No halo, no rope, just a busted leather coat, but the night leaned in every word he wrote. Heaven closed its eyes, so it kept them open wide. Watched the silence flinch every time he didn't hide. If grace went quiet, if the choir just quit, he'd sing till the empty sky. The answer is back, same man in a pew, clean shirt, clean face, head bowed hard like he owed that place. Preacher said, boy, let the angels carry what you can't hold. He tried, then the world turned mean and cold. Camera cuts, motel room, fight gone wrong. Wild love slammed doors, then a siren song. Blood on the mirror, gun smoke kiss. He walked out of that town like it never did exist. Now he's back on that hill with the white stone road boot on a whiskey bottle, kicked half in the snow. He hums an old hymn, crooked bends, every line turns amazing grace into a warning sign. Wind starts pushing across this creek like ships. Cold rain tastes like iron when it hits his lips. He points his chin at the cloud, says, "You hear me now? If you're done singing over us, I'll pick it up somehow." He laughs once rough like gravel in a pail, and lets a melody crawl out scarred and pale. Not pretty, not pure, but real as the wound, and the dead grass shivers like it's hearing something true. He says, "I ain't here to replace you, I ain't here to shine. I'm just tired of the quiet when we're dying on the line. If somebody's gotta sing while the world falls apart, let it be a sinner with a half-shot heart." He stayed awake when the angels slept, kept his eyes on the dark that the good folks left. No wings on his back, just a cross on a chain, and a voice that rose like smoke through the pain. Heaven closed its eyes, so he stared back unblinking, turned every bruise and scar into the words he was singing. If the saints got tired, if the lullabies quit, he'd howl that broken gospel till the void had to admit. Now on storm black nights when the church lights die, they swear they hear a man holding up the sky. Low, rough hymn where the white robe used to be. That's him, still sitting by the stone, keeping watch for you and me. For you and me. If heaven never sleeps again, I'll be the one that feels. I'll stay awake in the dark till the morning breaks through. 'Cause the night he found no angels left was the night his own voice finally came true. They said you burned, that the deal was done, but hell spat you out before it won. Smoke still clinging to your leather coat, with that half smile cut across your throat. Camera pan slow, boots hit dirt, the ground still hums told the fire, don't get too proud. I've walked your halls, I know your crowd. If the devil's grin starts calling twice, you grin back and name your pride.
You're the man who made hell open twice.
Came back laughing, eyes cold as ice. They tried to bury your name in sin, but even the flames wouldn't hold you in. Yeah, you walked out with your boots still high. Said I ain't done, not by a shot. The dog remembers the angels think twice when they whisper the man who made hell open twice. Ash in your beard, brim pulled low. Hell's red dust still in your shadows glow. You passed the preacher, tipped your hat, said tell the Lord I'll handle that. Camera cuts close, your hand still scarred. Each burn a word, each line a card. You didn't curse, didn't pray or kneel. You just lit a smoke and made not feel. You said sin ain't changed, it's memories wait. And I'm the one who decides my fate. Even the wind took one step back when you smiled through the smoke. Said hell crack.
You're the man who made hell open twice.
Came back swinging, no need for advice. They thought damnation would keep you still, but you walked out laughing just to test God's will. Yeah, sulfur smoke on your duster sleeves and a fire that every dog still believes. They built the pit, but you rolled the dice and the flames bowed down. When you open hell twice. I watched the crowd drop to their knees, voices cracking like wind through trees. Hands up high, shut tight, begging for heaven to turn on the light. Camera pulls in, my boots in sand. Ash on my coat, smoke on my hand. I didn't kneel, just took a breath and laughed so loud it scared off death. I said, Lord, if you're up there still, you don't need me crawling or kneel. You made me stand, you made me fight, so hear me now. Through this outlaw night, I turned prayers into laughter, made faith sound like thunder after. Didn't beg for wings, didn't plead for light. I just smiled and heaven leaned in tight. Yeah, I walked through fire and didn't ask why. Burn my name across the sky. When pain bowed down, I laughed thereafter, 'cause I turned prayers into laughter. Church bell cracked, cross leaned low. Go some hymns from years ago. I raise my flask, said drink with me, to the saints who lost their dignity. Camera tilts up, rain hits slow, mirrors on tombstones start to glow. I told my sins we'll square tonight, and every wound smiled back in light. I said, God, I ain't mocking you none, I just talk different when the fight's been won. Faith ain't whispers in holy halls, it's standing tall when darkness calls. I turned prayers into laughter, made silence hum a little faster. Didn't crawl to grace, didn't chase disaster, I just lived and heaven leaned in after. Yeah, my scars tell jokes, the angels quote, my blood wrote songs they couldn't know. When thunder cracked, I stood not shattered, 'cause I turned prayers into laughter. Yeah, my scars tell jokes, the angels quote, my blood wrote songs they couldn't know. When thunder cracked, I stood not shattered, 'cause I turned prayers into laughter.
No choir left singing, no preacher in sight, just me and that cross in the blood-red light. Nails still warm from 1,000 sins. I lit a smoke and whispered, let's begin. Camera pans low, dust in my veins, boots pressed deep in the mud of pain. Heaven went quiet, hell looked away, so I climbed that wood like it owed me a say. I said, Lord, I ain't begging for peace, I'm just talking to the ghost release. Every scar I carry knows its parts, some carved on my hand, some cut in my heart. I didn't pray to the cross, I made a listen, smoking my breath, conviction missing. Didn't kneel for grace, didn't fake submission. I made it hear my pain like a man on a mission. Yeah, I bled my name in splinter wood, left where the saints once stood. Forgiveness don't fall from the sky, you earn it by refusing to die. Thunder cracked low, wind turned cold. The night said, boy, you're too damn bold. I smiled maybe, but I'm still here, wiping ash from a half-dead tear. The cross creaked back like it tried to speak. The flame on my lighter burned pure and weak. I said it pained your gospel, I'm the psalm you missed. Born of rust, redeemed by fists. No angels, no light from above, just a man, his guilt, and a broken love. And maybe faith ain't what they sold, maybe it's laughing when your blood runs cold. I didn't pray to the cross, I made it listen. Every breath a sin turned lesson. Didn't need no priest for confession. I faced my goals and made it christen. Yeah, I burned my truth in holy rain, washed my hands in sacred pain. Now silence knows what I've been I made it listen.
Midnight graveyard, wind cut low and mean. Marble angel leaning like the tired of being seen. Church lights out, choir's long gone home. It's just me, my smoke, and this hill of bone. Clothes on my boots in the wet red clay. Rain on my hat brim, moon looking the other way. I sit on a stone with my last name cracked, humming some hymn the good Lord never took back. I got a Bible in my pocket with the cover half burned, pages stuck together where the whiskey turned. I flip it open, all the words blur thin, so I close it on my knee and let the night crawl in. I say, God, if you're tired, you can go to bed. I've been talking to the dirt, I know what's left unsaid. Ain't here to beg, ain't here to pretend. I hold the watch till your shift starts again. I stayed awake when the angels slept, kept my eyes open while the whole sky wept. Didn't drop to my knees, didn't cover my head, I just lit my smoke and sang instead. Yeah, heaven closes eyes, so I kept them open. Turned my busted voice into what ain't spoken. When the wings gave out and the songs went dead, I was the fool, still singing in their stead. Cut to the fence line, barbed wire hums, lightning in the distance like cheap war drums. I lay my pistol down on a crooked white cross. Say, you hold this for a minute, I'll carry my loss. My hand on stone, knuckles splitting raw, rain washing rust out of every little flaw. I talk to the dark like an old friend. You had your turn, now let this night mend. I hear the ghosts of the choir try to rise in my chest, but the notes come out crooked, rough at best. So I laugh once off like a man too tired, and the sound goes up like smoke on a wire. Hey Lord, I murmur, I ain't mocking your throne. I just know sometimes you leave us alone. When your bright ones fall and your sky stays mute, I'll be the drunk under the clouds, still strumming your tune. I tell the stars, if you're clocking my dial, mark it down clear, I still stuck it out. Faith ain't clean, it comes bloodshot and bent. Some nights it's just staying when the mercy's spent. So I stayed awake when the angels slept, kept singing low while the whole world wept. Didn't bargain for wings, didn't ask what's next. I just threw my heart at an empty heaven's chest. Heaven closed its eyes, so I kept mine wide. Watch the dark lean in, 'cause it couldn't hide. If the choir goes quiet and the halos rest, I'll be the outlaw voice, keeping guard on the crest. Yeah, when the last hymn fades and the white robes fall, and there ain't no light left in the stained glass wall, I'll stand out here till the dawn comes broken. 'Cause a man like me prays best when he's smoking. And if they ask who sang when the sky went stone, tell them I stopped begging. That's when heaven leaned down close to listen on its own. Midnight cemetery, fence line bend and brown. Rain tap, tap, tapping on in a one-horse town. He's sitting with his back on a stone-gone grave, his own damn name staring him in the face that day. Camera pushes in, boots sunk deep in mud, cigarette amber like a tiny drop of blood. Coat hanging heavy, lungs full of smoke, heartbeat booming like a drum that never broke. They said it died on a back road curve, whiskey on a dash, too much nerves. Preacher cried, Lord, take this soul, but the dirt never learned how to swallow him whole. He ain't a ghost, he ain't a miracle sign, just a man sitting up where they drew the line. If death's a door, you're supposed to believe what happens when the heart refuses to leave. He's the heart that woke the tombstone up, made cold cough, let it start shaking from the gut. Every beat in his chest hit the rock like a knock, till a crack ran down through the center of the block. Yeah, the grave bone split, cause he still believed, not in halos or a life neatly weaved, but in standing where they swore he was done and gone. Some men don't lie. Will you lay their stone? Flashback, cheap suit, church full of smoke, black veil trembling on the girl he broke. Gun in a drawer, blood on the floor, sirens wailing, he won't hurt no more. Camera white lilies on a box nailed shut, hands on him, those eyes all shut. They dropped him in the ground with a last amen, closed a book on a man who was still breathing then. Now cut back, same hill, storm rolled in, lightning crawling over every old sin. He lays his palm flat on the name they carved, feels the stone jump once like a heart that starved. God, he mutters, half grin, half bruise. If you signed off, then why'd I lose? Why's my pulse still punching through this rain like somebody refused to write the end on my name? He don't ask for read, he don't ask for clean. He just sits there breathing in between. If faith means more than flowers and grief, it's a heartbeat slamming on a stone that won't keep. He's the heart that woke the tombstone there, turned a graveyard hush to a rattling prayer. Every thud in his chest said, I ain't through, till the rock split open like it finally knew. Yeah, the grave cracked wide cause he still believed, not in a soft white light or a quick reprieve, but in owning every sin that dragged him down and standing back up on burial ground. Now when rain comes hard on the dead man's road, folks swear they see one stone tremble in the glow. That's his lean sideways like he's trying to rise, bowing just a little when he walks on by. They say he should've stayed under, should've stayed gone, but hell, even the dirt knew it had him wrong. Cause some men cut deeper than the hole you dig them in, and the heart that woke the tombstone ain't laid down.
You walk that hill at sundown, sky bleeding rust and gold, boots cutting through the tumbleweeds, heartbeat hard and cold, sun sitting like a bloodshot eye right between your shoulder blades, your shadow stretching out in front like every bad move that you made. Dust climbs up your denim, gun hangs low and dumb, old scars hum like barroom hymns from the fights you didn't run. You used to chase that darkness, let it lead you by the teeth. Now you're staring dead ahead while it trembles underneath. Camera drops, that outline shakes, thins out round your heel, like the fear that used to own you's finally feeling what you feel. You don't speed up, you don't slow down, you just keep that even stride till your shadow breaks and scatters like it can't stay by your side. You mumble, if you're scared of me, that's fine.
Later on that evening, sky turns bruised black blue. Stars blink like witnesses that still remember you. You passed that dead-end chapel with the busted neon cross, where you once knelt drunk, choking on the cost. Yeah, your hand on the door, but you don't step inside. You light a match instead, let the flame catch your eyes. You say, Lord, I ain't here to hide behind your name. If you're listening, watch me walk my own damn flame. Devil on your left side whispers, boy, you mine. Angel on your right, your stairs won't draw a line. You laugh, look, both you cowards kept me on that rope. I cut it with my bare hands, the night I ran out of hope. You take a pocket knife, make your thumb, let a red drop fall. It hits the dirt soft like it's answering some call. Rich love a man that ain't asking to be saved, just proving to himself he ain't anybody's slave. You say, here's my fear, I bled it out. If you want me now, speak up or shut your mouth. Then you step away from where that shadow used to cling, leaving nothing back there that can tell you what you are again. You scared your own shadow to roll right off your back. Watch it crumble in the sunset, fade to black. Every step you took said I decide, till even the dark fell off your side. Yeah, you stare down all the ghosts that you once fed. Walk straight on while they turned and fled. When fear saw you weren't playing this game, and dropped your heels and forgot your name. Now when the sun drops low on the same old hill, and another lost soul standing stone still, the wind still carries your footsteps through, saying once your face was chasing you, it starts running too. Even your shadow knew you were done being led, so it broke like a chain you'd already shed. You didn't beat the night by learning how to hide, you just chose to walk with no one left. It's past midnight on that red dirt hill. Old white church standing crooked still. No quiet left, just busted glass, and you're staring up at that splintered cross. Camera pulls in, boots wet, coat torn. Smell of smoke and a life well worn. No more folks to point and blame, just you and the wood and an empty name. You grab that vein with them busted hands, rusted nails, dry blood, old commands. Instead of bowing down where the saints once fell, you climb right up like your garden head. You say, Lord, if you're listening, don't turn away. You've been hearing cries, now hear what I gotta say. You ain't looking for a miracle fixing, you're just tired of bleeding without something listening. You didn't pray to the cross, listen, sat on top of your hurt like a man on a mission. Didn't beg for wings, didn't fake contrition. You turned every scar into your own religion. Yeah, you lit your smoke in the holy wind, laugh soft at the weight of your every sin. If forgiveness ever comes, it's cause you sat in the loss. You're the soul that made the cross. Listen. Cut back quick, bar light gun, flash rain, wild love shouting, some saying your name. Bible on a nightstand, dust and gin. You left church early, never walked back in. Keep my motel mirror with a cracked out face, your own eyes looking like they left that place. You ran from God, you ran from you, but every dark road just circled back through. Now, cut to now, storm rolling slow, lightning line crawling on the hills below. You're sitting on a cross like a tired old king, boots swinging where the good folks sing. You mutter, devil, if you want me, speak. Lord, if you care, you can cut in this week till one of y'all answers what this all meant. I'll keep watch right
to forget. You just want your own blood paid and set. 'Cause a man ain't clean just 'cause he cries and kneels. He's clean when he sits on his pain till it finally heals. You didn't pray to the cross, you made it and listen. Turn that dead old symbol to a living prison. But this time you're the warden of your own condition. You talk to your ghost till they sign your remission. Yeah, you carved your truth in the grain, the nail. Let your past blow off like smoke in the gale. Heaven might be quiet, but the wood knows the cost. You're the soul that sat on the cross and refused to be lost. And when the town walks by, I see that shadow high. I see a lone man sitting between earth and sky. They'll know some faith ain't soft or risen. It's a sinner on the cross who finally made it. Listen. He stood while the others fell to their knees, dust in his breath, faith in the breeze. Church bell moaned like a wounded steer, but he just smiled, said, I'm still here. He'd been broke, bent and blamed by grace, but heaven ain't scared of a man who faces his sins with a laugh instead of fear. God listens close when the proud don't tell. He turned prayers into laughter. Let the thunder roll after. Didn't bow, didn't beg for a sign, just stared at the sky till it answered in kind. When the choir went quiet and faith got thin, he lit a smoke and the storm rolled in. Barstool preacher said, boy, you're fried. He grinned and hell's got a whiskey tonight. Ain't mocking God, he just talks rough. 'Cause pain taught him mercy's tough. Every scar's of him, every loss a vow. He don't need no crown, not now. If heaven's listening, it better learn. Sometimes face the fire that burns. He turned prayers into laughter, spoke truth through the after. Didn't crawl to the light, he made it bend. Stood like a ghost that refused to end. When heaven leaned closer, quiet and thin, he said, don't bless me, just let me in. Midnight courthouse steps, small town, big choir of hate.
Crosses on one side, torches on the other side of the gate. They're all hollering names, picking teams in God's own street. I'm standing in the middle where the dust and the curses meet. Camera pulls in leather coat, shirt torn at the seam. Blood slow soaking through some old tattooed dream. Left side shouting sinner, right side shouting saint. I ain't clean enough for halos, ain't dirty enough for paint. There's a Bible in my left hand, pistol in my right. Pages bent from begging, steel bent from every fight. They both feel heavy, both feel like chains. Both sides want a piece of me to back up their claims. And I feel some sharp slide under my ribs. Not steel, not bone, but a choice that digs. Heaven says stand with us, hell says burn them all. I just laugh in the crossfire as the night begins to fall. I say, if you're both so holy, why you need my skin? If you're both so sure, why you gotta drag me in? I ain't bleeding for banners, ain't dying for a side. If I'm gonna get pierced tonight, it'll be for what I can't deny. I'm the soul that's stuck between two spears, one from God, one from all my darkest years. They both cut deep, same hole in my chest, but I stayed on my feet, and I let them do the rest. Yeah, they pierced me for size, but I stood for truth. Didn't bow to the choir or the devil's boo. If my blood's gonna fall, let it stain what's real. I ain't fighting for a flag, I'm the ground they gotta kneel. Later on that night out back by the railroad cross, empty freight yard humming with the cost. I peel my shirt back, check the wound in the moon. Looks like a rusted halo, carved a little too soon. I take that pistol out, spin it once in my hand, drop it in the gravel like a tired old friend. Then I set the Bible down on a busted rail, ripped out page for Revelations, flapping like a torn out veil. Wind kicks up, both covers fly wide, gun gleams, word shine, same dark sky. Hear my own thoughts split like bone on stone. One voice saying pick 'em, one saying stand alone. I spit red on the track, say I ain't your pawn, I ain't your weapon, and I ain't your crown. To the Lord I mutter, you want me, take me straight to the devil. I chuckle, you'll just have to wait. Then I pull out a chain with a crooked little cross, half black from the whiskey, half bright from the loss. I press it to the wound till the heat bites through. Whisper if this is where you meet, then let this cut tell the truth. I ain't here for your slogans, I ain't here for your show. I'm the gap in the middle where the real ones go. If you need my blood to prove what's right, you better watch me stand while you argue in the light. I'm the soul that stood between two spears, one dipped in grace, one soaked in all my fears. They pushed them both in, same place, same field, but I didn't fall down. I turned the blade into a seal. Yeah, they pierced me for size, I refused to choose. Wouldn't trade my spine for a safer truth. If my scars mean anything when they finally heal, is that I bled where the lines are drawn. Now when church bells clash with the barroom songs, when the holy and the hillbound both go wrong, I don't run to the pew or
for the neon shield. I light a smoke in the center line and let my heart beat. Be the field